Hello everybody, Farah is here. Today I am going to talk about a very well-known grain, rice. This is the staple food for many people. Almost half of the population of the world, they use rice on a daily basis, like almost all the countries in Asia and many countries in Africa, they have rice every day, sometimes 3 times a day. And I'm going to talk about the benefits, the pros and cons, and the different kind of rice which is available mostly in this country. I live in United States. I am going to share with you how you prepare the rice and cut all those things which is not serving our body and add to the value and nourishment of the rice, which already has lots of nourishment. If you look at it closely, I know many people, they cut off the rice from their diet because it's mainly a carb. But if you look close to rice, it has lots of benefits and you can prepare it in the best way so you can enjoy it yourself and with your family. So stay tuned. Okay, as you see, I have different kind of rice here and I am going to talk about them, introduce them to you one by one. So the very first rice I am going to introduce is the regular basmati rice. So this rice is, as you see, this is a long grain, and in order to find out how to buy a rice, you can always have 1 or 2 of the grains between your teeth and start to put the pressure. The harder they break, is the better quality of the rice. So you can check it in this way. So this is very aromatic and very presentable. It's very beautiful when you cook the rice. Another one is the jasmine rice. So the jasmine is one of the most delicious rice in the world, and it has lots of aroma and taste to it. This is a medium grain. You can use it for the regular cooking, like for fried rice or rice pudding. And as you see, this is just like the basmati rice. These are all white rices, which they have stripped their, in the factory, in the process, they have lost their brand. There is another kind of white rice. I'm going to show it to you. This is smoked rice. It's again one of the most aromatic kind of rice. This is actually a basmati rice. In the process, they add a flavor in form of smoked. So when you cook the rice in the house, this smell is just so divine. Again, it's a very presentable rice. It's beautiful, and you can serve it with stews or any other kind of dishes you want. Okay, so I have here the brown rice. So I'm sure you know the differences between the white rice and the brown rice. So in the factory, in the process, they get rid of the bran or the most nourishing part of the rice, which is that outer layer, to add to the shelf life and cut the cooking time, and of course to add the beauty. They cut the outer layer, so they make the rice whiter to make it more presentable. But in reality, this kind of rice has more nutrition than the white rice. Another kind of rice is again the black rice. So as you see, this is a mix of black and brown. Again, super delicious, but it takes much longer time to cook. But it's very healthy. It has all the benefits like the minerals and vitamins, especially vitamin B and antioxidants. There is another kind of rice I want to share it with you. They call it parboiled or converted rice. So in the factory or in the process, they actually cook this rice with the bran and then dry it out, and then they sell it. So this is one of the best rices if you are suffering from type 2 diabetes. This is a more forgiving rice for you because it has already lost many of its starch, which is the bad part of any rice, and it's still very delicious and yummy. Okay, the most important part of process of any cooking with rice is how to prepare it. You have to wash the rice. Doesn't matter if this is a brown rice or the white rice. You have to wash it thoroughly and very well under the running water. And also you have to soak the rice like any other grains or any other legumes. You have to soak the rice with some water at least 1 or 2 hours to get rid of the starch, to add to the firmness of the rice, and to add to the quality of the rice. And I am going to show you how to wash the rice and why are you washing the rice. Okay, so whatever rice you need, you just measure it and put it in a bowl. So this much of the rice is most likely good for up to 2 people. 1 cup is good for 2 people. So over here, you have to just add the water, just run it under the cold water, not the hot water, and start to just go around and very slowly and gently put your fingers, open fingers, under the rice and just shake the rice as much as you can. And you see there's like a cloudy water comes out of the rice, and start to just drain it. And again, add the water, shake it, and get rid of the water. You have to do this maybe 5 or 6 times to get to the point the water gets very clear and you don't see that cloudy water. So this is the starch. Also, when you are washing the rice, you are truly getting rid of the cyanide. Yes, so the rice has lots of contamination, more than any other grains, unfortunately, because the roots of the rice is constantly in the water. It actually absorbs all those contamination, including the cyanide, which is already in the soil. And believe it or not, brown rice has more contamination because most of the cyanide or cadmium, they get into that shell or the bran of the rice. So next time when you're cooking, do not add the dry rice to your dish. You have to wash it. Especially when you use brown rice. Please wash it very well and make sure the water goes clear. I highly recommend you soak the rice. You cut the cooking time and you get rid of the starch and those contamination. So as you see, the water is almost clear. I can show it to you. And at this time you can add a teaspoon of the salt to this water and let it sit on the countertop for an hour, 2 hours, overnight. You can even keep it for maybe 24 hours in the refrigerator and just use it the next day. But please do this process of washing the rice diligently and make sure you clean the rice very well.